All right, Garrett Johnson here with Ludvig Aberg. And Ludvig, I think about, you play different sports. You play a little bit of tennis. You were at Texas Tech. Your girlfriend, Olivia, I mean, she played on a tennis team. I get that. But does she let you be competitive at all when you play?
Well, she's too good. I never really played tennis growing up, but last couple of years I've gotten into it a little bit. But if she second serves and somewhat hits it to me, and I'm sort of like scattering around a little bit, we can have a decent rally. But she'll get bored, puts it in a corner, and I got nothing. But it's a fun sport, and I love watching it, and I love playing it.
But I mean, you guys at least share allegiance with soccer, I'd imagine, right? Or is it different teams?
Well, her family's from the red part of Manchester, so and I'm from Liverpool, so I'm not from there, but big Liverpool supporter. So there's a little bit of a disruption in the household, if you will. But it's friendly. But it's teed up for some good matches and some good commentary in the couch at home.
Definitely. Well, take you to the golf course, and obviously, how do you feel about your game right now? Is this the best that you feel like you've played so far as a pro, or how do you rank where you're at right now?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think the sort of the turnaround that I had to Torrey, kind of being where I was at Pebble, had to withdraw and then come back a week later and win a signature event was pretty cool. So, yeah, I definitely enjoyed the way I played at Torrey. I've had 2 nice weeks off at home to train and practice, and it's been good. So looking forward to 2 good events here at Bay Hill and Sawgrass coming up next week. So it's a good, fun stretch of golf coming up, and I'm looking forward to it.
Definitely some good stretches of golf with PGA Tour events coming up. But I think about major championships. Obviously, you played your first set of them, the 4, last year. How ready do you feel to win a major at this point?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I think about it all the time. I want to win majors. I think that's what we're all trying to do. And Augusta's coming up in a while, and we try to prepare as good as we can for it. I showed to myself that I was able to win big events at Torrey, which was really cool at a hard, challenging golf course. So yeah, I mean, if you, I think a lot of guys are ready to win majors. Who's going to tee it up at Augusta? We're all really good players. So, but yeah, I mean, I like the way I'm playing, and we'll see what happens.
Speaking of the Masters, what do you learn about yourself on that Sunday, dealing with the pressure, just dealing with the stage of Augusta National?
I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. And that's what I learned. I learned that I wanted to do it again. I want to be in that situation. I want to be in contention to have a putt to win big tournaments, or feel the nerves coming down the last couple holes. And Augusta's so cool. It's an amazing place, and I really look forward to coming back.
When you say that you really enjoyed it, like, is it the kind of course that I hear Justin Rose veterans say all the time? Just around the corner, you could just run into a mistake. Yes, there are scoreable pins on Sundays, but there's still mistakes that could happen out there. And like, how do you look at kind of the gamble that you can take on the back 9 there?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you got 13 and 15, the par 5s that you can not easy, but you can make a 3, and you can also make a 6 pretty easy. So there's definitely some risk and reward shots. There's some tough holes coming up with 11, 10, 11, 12, and you'll get some chances as well with some wedges. But it's such a cool place, and there's so many iconic moments coming down the last couple of holes that if I could ever be a part of that, it would mean a lot to me.
Well, I think of other majors too. And Portrush, do you have much familiarity there? Have you played there a few times?
I've never played Portrush. I've played in Ireland one time, played the amateur a couple of years ago, but never played Portrush. But I've heard a lot of good things about it, and I'm sure it'll be really cool.
You played pretty well in links courses. I remember the Scottish Open the week before the Open Championship. Having a lead late kind of on the weekend there, what is it about links golf that you are kind of drawn to? How does it suit your game?
Yeah, it's cool. It's very different. You got to create shots rather than over here at Bay Hill. You try to hit as high as you can to stop it on the greens. It's very different over there. But I sort of grew up in a windy part of Sweden, so I played a lot of sort of windy golf, and there's some really cool courses in the south of Sweden that resembles links golf. So yeah, I enjoy it. I enjoyed challenge. It's a little bit different, but it's definitely such a cool part of our sport, and I'm glad we get to do it at least a couple of times a year.
And then obviously the PGA is going to Quail Hollow coming up in May. Like, is there anything about having a major that you've played at that venue before? How does that change your preparation, if at all?
Yeah, I've never played Quail Hollow. That was the one tour event that I missed last year. So I'm looking forward to seeing it. I've obviously seen it on TV a million times, but yeah, I think we're trying to do a trip beforehand to make sure that come major week we don't need to prepare as much sort of on the golf course. It's going to be more sort of chipping and putting because major weeks are long and you need to conserve your energy and there's so much going on, even a big week like this, but a major is one step ahead of that, and just try to prepare for it as good as I can and make sure that I'm ready.
And then just closing up here, you always talk about short-term and long-term goals. It's always good to have those kind of in your holster. What is it for you that you feel is kind of your short-term and your long-term as you look ahead?
Yeah, well, right now I'm just trying to beat my caddy in this little chipping bet that I have. So that
On Tuesday, Wednesday match or what?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't translate. It's only tournament rounds, I'm afraid. But I try to do that, and then long term, there's multiple things that I'd like to do in my career, and one of them being major champions and all these things that I think a lot of guys talk about. So we'll keep one foot ahead of us at all times and see where that takes us.
Well, Ludvig, always appreciate the time and enjoy the rest of the season here.
Thanks so much.